Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Disco Elysium, where we've hit a lot of dead ends. Partially this is due to me rolling poorly, partially this is due to me not being good at interrogating people. But we are pretty close to another skill point, which will unlock some of our white checks. So I think, looking through our journal, this is about the only lead that we're still currently working. The victim's clothes being in the trash. Let's go talk to Kuno, well, let's go talk to Gart first, and then Kuno if we absolutely have to. Just try to get 20 more XP, and then once we've done that, we'll be able to bump something up and attempt to unlock some things we've currently been failing at, and hopefully it will be enough. So I guess we probably wouldn't have to even pass the savoir-faire check if we could just get through that door, right? Because this door probably leads to that door. Yeah, alright. Let's just, like I said, let's just go talk to people. Let's go do some police work, a little bit. A tiny, tiny little bit. We're also not that far off of the thought about Guillaume Le Millon finishing, I believe. I think. Where are we at here? 23 minutes. Okay, so that'll definitely happen this episode. Hopefully, we'll get something useful out of that. You know, the volumetric shit compressor was a pretty useful thought. The other one, less so. And if we find some speed, maybe it'll be interesting. I could definitely see our cop being the sort of person who might do a little speed while working a case. Not great at the whole police thing, really. Alright, well, we'll come back, Kuno. Hopefully we won't even have to deal with you. It's very difficult for me to imagine Kuno deciding that he wants to help us. We could try laying down the law with him, but I think that's going to be less effective than just talking to him, not more effective. I don't know, we know a lot more than we used to. Maybe we'll have something that can shake him a little bit. Oh, hold on. Have you been here the whole time? Alright. Yeah, I mean, I guess I agree in a sort of a broad sense. Hey, Gart. I got a question.
Can I help you?
Oh yeah, we should return the key to him. Good point. Yeah, I hope you found what you were looking for. Well, I found the victim's clothes. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. Yeah, who else has keys to the trash container? The trash collection service? CS Municipal? I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though. Yeah, that does seem like the opposite of their job. Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. That's probably not the elusive that was meant here. He turns to the man. Thank you anyway. Do I believe this? Do I believe that Gart has no idea? I mean, I guess none of the voices in our head jumped out at us. Well, could someone on the staff have put them there? Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with a crime scene. But Sylvie was here at the time that the body was found. I mean, I guess we don't really know how long ago the clothes were put in there, do we? It could have been over a week, right? Because wasn't there a missed garbage collection or something? Or the garbage collection is coming up real soon? I think we had reason to believe that the clothes could have been there since the hanging. Yeah, that's tough. Alright, we don't need to ask him about sleepwalking. I think I know how that's going to end. Alright, well, hey, about that money I owe, any chance we could, get an extension here? Yes, have you got it? How much do I owe you? A lot? A lot. Yeah, it feels like a lot. Okay, not helpful. Actually, let's talk about something else. Like what? I was really enjoying talking about the money you owe me. You're not going to enjoy so much the next thing I have to say about it. Kitchen door's open, and the cook is here now, so maybe let's talk to him. A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Gorsi and Kubek. It must be his name? Gorsi Kubek. Sounds representative. Yeah, Mr. Kubek. I'm here on official police business. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. Just shout "stay masculine" at a person who doesn't speak English and bail out of the room because you're so uncomfortable with the idea of trying to communicate with him. Hey there, those are some impressive pots you've got there. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. Okay, so wait, he can understand me. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove. And then I guess we're done. What is this? What have we got? An aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air. Also, dirty dishes, hooray. Sorry, clean dishes. Of course they're clean. Why would I impugn Gorasi Kubek's dishwashing expertise in this way? See a heavy blue steel door with a prominent dimple lock, painted blue. I wonder where this door leads. You do? The lieutenant regards you with patient skepticism. It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? The winch outside in the backyard. Remember? No? Your fingers do. There was a winch outside on the roof, like that of a small elevator? Well, if there was a winch, I suppose we could look into it, as a side investigation. Boy, I sure am glad interfacing came through for me there, because I did not remember that. Well, the door and the main investigation will merge into a stereo investigation. If you say so. He looks at the door, then you. Gart is the person to ask about this. Oh, good, because he likes us so much. Let's start by just trying to push on it. Unsurprisingly, the door does not budge. Well, I did just touch it, but okay, let's try to touch it without pushing. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel is door flush, with its frame on every side. All the words are there, they just didn't get them in quite the right order. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since this was painted, maybe? Wow. Our guy has some skill, or he has some wild guesswork that never gets checked, so we can't tell if it's wrong.
Can I help you?
Hey, Gart, I saw a thing here at the Whirling. Another thing. Great. I love those. There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen. Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door. He shrugs. Well, do you know what's behind it? Do you have the... No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just the freight warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust. He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt. Well, that's odd. He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference, and it's just he's so bad at it. He's so bad at it. You know what? I'm not going to let him pretend. I think you'd like to know what's back there. Fine, okay, a little. He shrugs. My job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals, and I haven't found a key. So, good luck with that. Okay, that is interesting. So there probably isn't a key. At least not here. But maybe we could employ some other techniques? Right? In theory, I should be okay at lockpicking. I think lockpicking is mentioned in the description of one of the skills. Probably hand-eye coordination. This is more about like weapons and taking shots and catching coins. You would think that I'd be good at lockpicking, right? With all of these points and all of this yellow. I suppose, even if you are great at lockpicking, you still need a lockpick to do it. Well, now that we know where there is a weird space, maybe we can find another way into it that doesn't involve the door. Am I allowed to... No, I still can't interact with this. Let's, not that I expect anything to happen here, but let's go upstairs and just see if we can figure out where that space would be relative to the rooms up here. So the counter is right there. This door... I mean, presumably this door just leads into this apartment. I can't even try to interact with that. We could try asking, I've forgotten her name already. Try asking that woman, maybe she has some idea? Probably not, but maybe. Okay, I was gonna say, I thought we'd already interacted with that. Oh, wait a minute, is there new information at the broken window? The morning light hurts your eyes. It is extremely not morning. I guess they expect you to do this when you are first in the room. Well, I mean, it can't hurt to ask, right? Provided that she's still in there. The door is closed. Knock again. Knock again much harder. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. I mean, maybe she's out. Let's just try the handle. Listen, we're on official police business here. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Fair enough. We don't have any other interactables. No. Okay, well, maybe we could figure out how to get in here from outside. And we have to go outside to talk to Kuno anyway. Which I'm really not looking forward to. Who knows? Maybe he's feeling a little bit more charitable now. Maybe he's gotten bored of throwing rocks and shouting slurs at a corpse. I don't know. Something about the face of that child tells me that he never gets tired of either of those things. Where are we at on this thing? 9 minutes, so 17:39. Alright. Well, hold on. So let's go back over here. So this is the winch that he's talking about. Yeah, there's definitely like a roof space up here, and I guess that door might be how you get up here. Oh, there's 2 doors up here. And we're not going to be able to access that from outside the building, though. Alright, let's talk to Kuno.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Yeah, I didn't ask you any questions yet. A legendary empathy check. Oh, we did get a bonus on it. Having talked to the other child. Do we believe that that's Kuno's shack? I definitely am not going to beg this child for help because he is not going to give it to us. Hey Kuno, I found your shack. You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack? It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? I phase shifted through the roofing material. Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that. He can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again. Is this a phrase? Is this a real thing that people say? Pigs can't displace, can't do that teleport shit, he says to himself, then turns to you, as though he's trying to convince himself he has doubt. How'd you like it in there, piggo boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit in there, right? I mean, no, not really. What was with the pig head? Oh, that. He picks a bit of dirt from his fingernail. Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape. That doesn't really surprise me, honestly. Do I tell him that I have a bad head? It's not wrong. My head has not been any good for any of this so far. But I don't see why I would volunteer that information. Let's let him go on thinking I might have a very good head. Demo tape, like some kind of musician. Yeah, Kuno plays on snuff radio. Fucks pigs, live, fucks their heads off. He ominously points to the shack. Kuno's a cop killer. I have a very hard time believing it is all. Hey, what was with the tube of magnesolum, Kuno? It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything? He looks at you like you just pointed at the sun and asked what it was. You could use some. We failed an endurance check and were told that we could use some magnesium. That's interesting. It's magnesium, right? Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker. And you could use a barrel. Don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno. I know all about magnesium. I rock it all the time. He looks at you, eyes bulging. You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo. Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die. Listen, if I could have OD'd, I would have by now. Look at this face. You can tell. I'm definitely not asking him about my coat. That's gonna be humiliating. I found a plate covered with powder residue. Know anything about it? That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno's Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig. So, Kim was talking about this kid like he is protected, right? Maybe Kim, for some reason, maybe Kim has reason to know that this kid is like the child of one of the important people in the dockworkers union, and if that's true, then there's no reason to assume that Kuno necessarily couldn't get a hold of drugs. I bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes. Parts of my body are really trying to get me to get some drugs. Could I get into the harbor from the roof? From the roof of that shack? Of course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just gotta fly, pig. Yeah, I tried that. It didn't go so well. And Kuno knows. Kuno and C saw you shit yourself. It's okay, pig. Not everyone can face the fear, Kuno style. That's all there is to it then. Don't be a pansy, just jump. Yeah, I know what the idea is. Thank you, physical instrument. We're not talking to him about my coat. Alright, I've heard enough of this. Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Alright, let's talk about which one of these things is going to lead to asking him about the clothes. Maybe the crime scene thing. About the crime scene. You kids often play in this yard? Right, Pig, this is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? Well, the dead man's clothes were in that trash container. How'd they get there? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. All I need to know, though, it could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the scene. Listen, he stops you. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there. Dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. He points to his pants. Your size, good price, 500 real. That's a huge amount of money. You'd have to be blind not to notice the giant white letters FALN running down his trouser leg. I did not notice that, so I guess I am. Wait, I asked you what happened to his clothes. I mean, you must have seen them laying around. Look, Kuno ain't seen shit laying around, except for that guy up there. He points to the cadaver. Listen, I don't know how to make the static noise with my voice, okay? Now, you want performance gear or not, Grandpa? The lieutenant remained silent, but his expression couldn't say I told you so any louder. You know what, Kuno? Fine. What's so great about these pants? Pig, these are FALN modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Morova by scientists. Pants scientists. I do love a good performance crotch. Believe it, you need this shit. He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic wrapped pants. They're graphite black and look brand new. Kid's just carrying extra pants around with him? These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Thank you, savoir-faire. Now you show up. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. They will also make you into an idiot. Well, I appreciate everybody showing up to tell me about the stats of the pants. You know what? I might be interested in the pants. Let's talk about this later. All right, Piggo. His face lights up. Shit's rolling. Don't do business with the pig, Kuno. He's gonna steal all your money, Kuno. As you can see, Kuno nods toward the fence, Kuno and C don't trust you. Can't do business without trust. There's more to this distrust than being a pig. He feels threatened by something obscure in you. What that is, however, remains a puzzle for now. Okay, that's an interesting piece of information. He does seem weirdly standoffish, right? Hey, that ladder, you ever climb it? Look at that fucking shit, he screeches. You trying to get Kuno killed? So you would say that the ladder is unclimbable. Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat. The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook. It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno! I wonder if we could get Kuno S to go away. I wonder if we might have an easier time with this conversation if it was just us and him, you know? Hey, what's in the greenhouse over there? Dunno, he shrugs. Kipt-ass gardener used to work there. Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore. Wait, hold on. The gardener used to work there. Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. He fills his lungs with the rancid air. His eyes get a little watery. Shit's nothing to Kuno. You mean the young woman by the whirling in rags, the gardener? Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit. Yeah, I'm getting that. He looks you in the eye and nods, as if agreeing with himself. Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March, anyway? What kind of gardening is done in March? Yeah, that is actually an interesting point. Why didn't I think of that? I mean, I guess I sort of did. Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that. Suspicious. If I show Kuno the mug, he's gonna think it's very funny, and then Kim's gonna punch him in the face. Actually, I want to see that happen. There was also this mug in the trash. The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah, do you think this racist mug has anything to do with the crime? I'm really out of ideas. Does this quaint, better not taken out of its historical context mug have anything to do with it? Kuno's not going to appreciate me tiptoeing around anything. He's going to view that as a thing to be mocked. Yeah, does this racist mug have anything to do with it? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain, he whispers excitedly. You're saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, because he's the clothes fucker. Can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno. That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone's tampered with this crime scene, cleaned some of it up. Shit, that's tense, he thinks for a moment. Someone's going to the beatdown basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to a radiator. He nods in approval. You know what? If this gets him to like me enough to, start being helpful, I'm just gonna roll with it. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there, and if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting two and two together here. Stop turning into a pig, Kuno! They're trying to get you hooked on snitching! She lets out a hiss, even meaner than before. Get away from my Kuno! Yeah, Kuno jumps back. Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the po-po. Get your shit done and get out of Kuno's face. Alright, I might have some questions later. For now, let's talk about something else. That's all the information we're going to get out of that. I mean, I guess I may as well roll this, right? If we were to improve our empathy so that we could come back and hit this, doing so would unlock it anyway. We may as well try. Hey, what a surprise, we didn't make it. He's on your crime scene, bossing you around, and he's been here for some time, too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful. I agree with that. He's just so very unpleasant. Hey, Kuno. You think you can turn the Kuno down for a moment? Let's talk like normal people. He's not going to like that. Kuno, listen. I know this boundary-pushing thing is new to you, but it's old news for us grown-ups is also bad, though. He's going to be annoyed by either of these. I'm a little worried that saying the wrong thing here is going to make the check harder in the future. I guess I think this one is a little bit... This one feels a little bit more submissive, though. This is like I'm asking him to do something. Here, I'm shaming him. I'm acting superior. He might be more responsive to this. We've tried the other thing. Get your snout out of Kuno's ass, he waves you off. Kuno knows how hard Kuno pushes it. Kuno pushes it hard level. You should give up, Popo, or the Kun will keep fucking it out of you. What does that even mean, man? Are you okay, Kuno? She looks worried. The Kun has her confused. Well, that went wrong. He took it as a compliment. Then he had a minor seizure. Alright. We are probably done with him. I don't think that this is going to help us at all. Alright. Let's have a little breakthrough here. So what did we get out of thinking about this guy a lot? Boy, that's an image. Bad news. Guillaume Le Million did not become a cop. In 1938, he went on a tour of the Signal province in Safra, where he died of autoerotic asphyxiation. His body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in his junior suite, amid drug paraphernalia, unwholesome objects, and the Sylvia Traynor single Wonderland skipping in the background. And yes, you can take this as a metaphor for Revachol in the 1930s, and also as a warning. +1 pain threshold, and all of my psyche learning caps have been raised by 1. Well, that's useful. Unfortunately, does not directly help me with anything we're doing, and we've only made 10 of the 20 experience points we need. Well, we do have a new line of questioning. It is pretty weird that she was doing the thing, she was gardening in March. We are not probably going to ever buy those pants. There could be somebody else who has unauthorized access to the whirling trash. I mean, it would be super weird for the garbage man to put a thing into the trash. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go talk to the gardener real quick. Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched. So there's a lack of magnesium in me, is what I'm getting. Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream. So I need to mag it sideways? No, I need to mag it up. I know how this goes. You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already, and the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium. You're saying, I need to become a magnesium-based life form. Yes, if you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to ascend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It'll reverse the damage to your circulatory system. That doesn't seem... So wait, I cannot... Magnesium-based life form. I cannot internalize this because I need to unlock a new slot. How do I unlock a new slot? You can pay a skill point to forget a thing. That's interesting. Like, volumetric shit compressor's not actually that valuable. The learning cap for endurance raised to 4... I mean, that could be meaningful eventually. So we could forget that to make room for the magnesium-based life form thought. But we'd have to spend a skill point doing so, which is obviously not really what I want to spend my skill points on. It is generally understood that human beings are carbon-based organisms, fusing little carbon tubes together to form complex, mushy structures capable of thought, love, and locomotion. It is also known that these structures sometimes like to take the edge off by consuming ethanol, amphetamine, etc. In such cases, it is important to supplement your body with magnesium. Tired? Mag it. Down? Mag time. Liver damage? Maximum mag. Some people say magnesium doesn't really do anything, you just need to quit. What do we tell them? Oh, I don't know. Probably that it's maximum mag time. Just a feeling I have. So if we could level up, and we spent a point in empathy, we could retry with Kuno, and we could retry with that truck driver, and maybe get something out of him. And also, it works with our conception of the character, right? As a person who's trying to get better with people, because he has recognized that he is, nearly fatally bad with them. Tell me, what exactly have you been doing in your greenhouse in March? Well, she points to her wheelbarrow, surprised at the question. This might be the last snow we get. At least I hope so. Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring. At least, that's what my grandma always told me. She smiles shyly. I don't think that's right. Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird snow. My drama skill has suggested that this grandma thing is bullshit. Let's squint our eyes and look at her really intently. This should not be a hard check. I will pass this. Fingers crossed. Okay, we got there. Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see? An entrance to the yard? That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbor gates. This is a great vantage point for keeping an eye on you. Oh, that is interesting. So she's sitting here so that she can keep an eye on the goings-on. Specifically about me, maybe. But maybe not. We could just ambush her with this information right now and try to get something out of her. I'm terrible at talking to people. But my drama skill has been carrying us so far. If she lies to me directly, maybe I'll catch her. Now let's go for it. Are you, by any chance, keeping an eye on us? No, of course not. I don't understand what this is about. She looks toward the yard and her expression clears. The kid did this, right? The red-haired rat? Can't say a sentence without various slurs. He's always giving me trouble. I was talking to him, yes. Maybe you shouldn't be? I mean, you do your job, but that kid is beyond help, and he certainly won't help you, she shakes her head. You've been resting here for quite a while, haven't you? The lieutenant intervenes, looking at her intently. Yeah, I'm tired. I understand. The RCM isn't welcome here, and the locals want to keep an eye on us. Okay, 10 experience, that's a pretty good amount. There's silence. The smallest of smiles. That's okay, miss. You do what you have to do. The lieutenant nods at you. I think we're done here. Let's go. Yeah, alright, that's not super helpful, but it did give us a skill point. So I'm inclined to take it to empathy. I think empathy makes a lot of sense. Like we gotta make a connection with this truck driver, or we're never gonna get anywhere on this drug smuggling thing. Yeah, let's do it. All right. So I think the empathy check with him wasn't even particularly difficult, right?
What's on your mind?
No, never mind. It actually is quite difficult. Well, I mean, let's roll it. What do we see in his eyes? No big surprise. Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter. My man, I want to know about your soul. Let's just go big, right? Cool, cool. We all want to know about each other, know each other's woes and all. But people, man, they have slippery souls. Just like that. Slips out of your reach. It's possible the yelling didn't help. Yeah, maybe. Thing is, sometimes you just gotta get wild, right? So I think we're gonna go back and just roll the empathy check at Kuno again. And if it doesn't work, then oh well, and we'll come back after we've gotten even more empathy.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
I get the sense that he doesn't care. 17%. We can do this. Ah, that was close. What's going on? He's an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary language, trying to push your buttons. Like you don't have enough on your plate. You feel a sudden surge of self-pity coming on. Oh no. This is probably not... I mean... I'm kind of curious what he'll do. This is probably not going to help us. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just a busted old piece of meat. This case is all I have. And you're not helping. Take the pain, fucko. Take the bad. The child is not grinning. It looks more like a wolf baring its teeth. Smelling weakness. She loves it. You hear that, see? Porco wants to talk about how he can't hack this shit. Porco wants to move in with Kuno. Don't let him move in with us, Kuno. You have no idea what to say now. I'm just going to have to try to change the subject. Yeah, I figured that wasn't going to help, but I'm desperate. I'm casting about for alternative approaches, because I am all the way screwed here. You know, I talked to that gardener. She said not to listen to you. Pig! Kuno slaps his forehead. Do you have any idea how fucking stupid that sounds? Kuno's cruising his bitch on the town, and the bitch comes back griefing to the Kuno? What is up with that? I couldn't even understand it, much less tell you what's up with it. Get the fuck out of here, fat ass. Those pants are too small for you. That's probably true. These are not my pants. I found these. Pants are totally okay. Don't listen to her. She's trying to give you body image problems. I can't believe it. Did we leave anything unasked here? Okay, yeah, I mean, we didn't ask this, it looks like. Have you seen anyone suspicious around here, aside from me? Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno. I tried to get out ahead of him. Well, I suspect I know what that word means. Do you know how it got up there? Probably climbed? Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. So you didn't see it happen. You weren't Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't even in Revachol. He puffs himself up. Kuno wasn't regional. Oh, okay. So where'd you go then? I don't know, some fucking... He looks around, trying to come up with something. Mesquite, or I don't know, some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City. There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in a pulp science fiction novel. Should we call him out on it directly, or should I try to string him along and let him make a fool of himself? I kind of like... The thing is, this is probably not going to work that way, right? He's probably just gonna lie and say, oh, I'm not telling the pig, it's a, you know... I'm just gonna call him out on it right away. Night City doesn't exist. That's definitely fake. Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in Kuno's head. You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to? Don't tell him that, Kuno. It's lame. It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's city. Night City. Rage City. The City of Rage. That's it. And it's not lame. Lame. That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that. It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's important, it'll come up later. Focus on the case. Just kind of curious if we were getting any additional modifiers to this check based on having dug in with him a little bit more. So, the shack is Night City, maybe? We have another question about the crime scene? We do not. Let's talk about your shack again. You know what, fine. Is that my coat up there? I'm pretty sure that's mine. Point to your coat waving in the wind. Is it? Kuno squints at it. You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you still got your head after all that. Sorry, after all what? Don't sweat it, drunk pig. Kuno taps his nose twice in conspiracy. Kuno'll keep your nasty secrets. Kuno's not snitching. He's saying you climbed up there. He probably saw you do it. Maybe I should get drunk. I was able to climb up there while I was intoxicated, and I definitely can't get over there sober. Yep, that conclusively explains how the coat got up there. Alright, well... I mean, we may as well try this. I don't know what else I'm going to do here, right? We're dead-ended so much, in so many places. Kuno, I keep throwing up, and I can't investigate the body at all. He's going to just make fun of us. Yeah, like a fucking volcano. The kid is mimicking violent puking noises. Fucking pathetic. You're lucky you didn't die there. You'd have to throw up pretty hard to die. Screw the both of you. I mean, maybe you got some advice for me? I mean, you're obviously handling it quite well. Yeah, Kuno's got some advice for you. The kid looks to his left, then to his right, then leans toward you. He's going to say something horrible. What are you, like 80, right? Maybe you should stop embarrassing yourself in front of a fucking kid. Perhaps you could compress this negative energy and turn it into some sort of a Kuno-fied non-vomiter. Sorry? Don't ask questions, roll with it. It'll work, I promise. You know what? Sure. Let's have a thought. That's right, turn your weaknesses into conceptual strengths. Try it again now. I mean, if we could get a throw at this, yeah, our shit is compressed now, like our odds are pretty good. Let's try it. Let go of your nose. Do not vomit. How could I possibly have anything left to vomit? As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. Do they always do that? They do after 7 days, yes. We're deep in decomposition here. And then we step closer. And it totally works. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength. Yeah, what is up with these boots? It looks like he's wearing armor. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. That's super weird. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you. Out of place somehow. Hey Kim, I think these are from somewhere else. These are clearly not boots, they're armor. Possibly part of a larger set. Why, these aren't just boots, are they? They're armor. Indeed. With his notebook under his arm, the lieutenant crouches to inspect the soles. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. What kind of armor is this exactly? Ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide most likely. This is where the make would be. Where? Under the heel. Fairweather. He turns the boot slightly. Fairweather model T500VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. That is very weird. What happened to the rest of it, you think? The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. Alright, Kim. Jeez, I'm sorry. You should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. He nods toward Kuno, who's eyeing you suspiciously. This is one thing he might actually know. I think it's unlikely that there is no rest of the armor. These do not make a great fashion statement by themselves. I'm gonna knock on one of these boots. A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Sounds fragile. Oh, it's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. He points to the boots. See? Faint organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them together. Like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony, perhaps. What does this remind me of? If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. Run your finger over the lines. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice... The whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100, 1000. Hey, it looks like there's a serial number on this right sabaton. Good. Can you read it to me? He tips the drying ballpoint of his pen on the tongue. Now we have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio on my Kanemo when we're done. Hey, look at that! It's like an actual lead. Either station can chase it for us. Yeah. How could this man afford such expensive hardware? No, that's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company, but that's just hearsay. These look pretty advanced for a security guard, or for anyone. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford. Let's see if we can pull it off. It's probably going to be real gross. Stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above. Well, you know, if this gets the body out of the tree, I guess that would be a good thing. Stop! The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot under your arm. Pig's gonna pull his head off. Brutal. Lieutenant, you seem distressed. Why? You're about to pull his head off. I'm gonna pull his head off, right? Let's just let's reassess. Let's make sure. I'm gonna pull his head off, right? Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So please, don't. Indeed. From this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles. That's very gross. What are you trying to achieve, anyway? Why are you hanging on that boot? I'm going to be honest with you. I was trying to steal the boots. I don't know. Am I going to be honest with him? Are we not detectives? There might be clues inside this boot. How many clues do you need? You already found the number. Besides, he taps on the boot. There's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They're fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet? Yeah, I was wondering that. You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around. Yeah, I think that I'm very curious about these boots, but we should definitely get this guy out of the tree first. The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky. Yeah, okay, I get it. Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing, but we must pick our fights. He looks toward the boots. Should we continue? Yeah. The material looks out of place here? It is. It's expensive. The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabulary has deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. So, how much are we talking about? For a full set, about 4 years of wages. For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 rial, unadjusted for rank. That's a lot, I take it. As a wage, it's regrettably small, but for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot. It sort of sounds like he is privy to our... Did we say this out loud, maybe? Alright, well, let's inspect the rest of him, then. Take a look at this belt, maybe. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships. Now, listen, don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo. Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries, for strapping cargo to them. Then again, what do I know? I don't even know what an airship is. No, I'm a smart guy. Apparently this is the reinforced kind, for air transport. My brain tells me so. He nods. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they used whatever was on hand, without paying too much attention to not incriminating themselves. They sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring. I was afraid it would be. He rises to inspect the noose. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. Well, maybe we could cut through the tree. How'd they even get him up there? A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above. Did they climb up using the kid's ladder? That ladder can't carry a grown man. I don't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle. It could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory. So we're assuming the dock workers from the harbor did it. The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? My past has undergone total annihilation, Kim. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing. Okay, he blinks. You should ask me for one the first moment we get. Hey, that's a really good idea. We'll finish looking at this body first. This guy has some weird and extremely distinctive tattoos. These have got to mean something. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso. From the right shoulder to the solar plexus, Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin, their concentration highest around the heart. Is this a map of the night sky? A map of the stars. He turns around to breathe before inspecting closer. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular, customized somehow. As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you are only half right. We're definitely missing something. I was kind of hoping Kim would just be like, oh yeah, that tattoo signifies that he's part of this gang or something, you know? So am I. A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket. He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminum from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera. Well, I'm not going to ask him what's that because I know that it's some sort of camera. I'm going to just let him do his thing. Shit, Kuno, what the fuck is that? An instant color camera. He produces 2 metal-capped ampules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there. This is, kind of old-school photo technology, it sounds like. I have only 2 ampules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one. He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting. Then, a sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper rolling out. Huh. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. In case we need it, the lieutenant says, and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. That's a weird camera, man. Cool machine. Yes. He slides the camera closed and tucks it away on his belt. It is pretty cool, isn't it? There's only 1 ampule left. Use it wisely. What do we need this photo for? That's a stupid question. Come on, man. It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Yeah, can I, have it, please? I should look at it later, without the corpse smell. Sure, just don't lose it. He hands you the piece of rolled-up photo paper. No larger than a pack of cigarettes. Alright, let's, I guess we could try to look him in the eye. It seems like his eye's pretty far up there. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There's no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. These eyes used to be blue. Baby blue. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Let's tell Kim that his eyes used to be blue before we go rolling any dice. Good. The victim is of Occidental descent. He scribbles in his notebook. Light brown hair, blue eyes. When he says Occidental, he means white, originally from the Occidental subcontinent on Mundi. Tell me, who are you, dead man? I'm gone. Yeah, I can see you're gone. I said, who are you? I'm a joke. Look at me. Well, you are now, but who were you when you were alive? Killer. A motherfucker and a killer. I have another question for you. Go ahead, Kobo. Where have you gone? Into the wild pale yonder. Okay, where is that? In the past. Way out in the west. I can't get the damn compartment in my ledger open. It doesn't seem like he'd be able to help with this. The blue heart? Oh, that's good shit. You'll love it. Just press down and fuck it open like you always do. Why is everybody always telling everybody else to fuck everything open? Fuck it hard, Kopopo the clown. He means force. It'll work. Okay, well. So, hey, what's happening right now? This is weird. What do you mean? Well, I'm talking to you. It's the power of your black, frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips. Imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions. Yeah, why do I love questions so much? 'Cause you're a copperoony. Look at all of them go. You want more questions? Give me a comical amount of questions. We just established that I love them. Coming right up, copperoony rooney. This is getting upbeat now. Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible? Because you have. Okay, who killed you? I feel like I should have led with this one. Love did me in, Brother Copo. It was love all along. I don't know if I'm supposed to be pronouncing that Capo. It sure doesn't. It looks like Copo. Is my name Rooney? Fuck no, you're no Rooney. Well, of course not. My name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. Listen to yourself, man. You're not a Raphael anything. You're probably just Harry or something. That's right, Harry. You know, I feel like I've been getting a lot of Harry lately. Now, you might be onto something there. Okay, can you ask me a question? Sure, Lobo, I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this? What? Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder? Maybe this'll lead to something. Something indescribable, unforeseen, miraculous. See, I think this really, strikes at the heart of who this character is. There's a thing about, investigating mysteries because you want to believe that there's something else going on that I think is maybe a driving force for this guy. Huh. The clown lips on the corpse appear to smile. The face rotates before you, slowly. Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming, a miracle, from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air on your hands, the cold spring air smoothing them over. Boy, that's a weird thing to feel. I am not going to tell him that I hate him. He's not boring. Okay, enough. You can come back and look into this face anytime you want. Ask me your little questions. Freshen your memory. Create associations. Remind yourself of your mortality, Capolopo. So, how do we get him down? Kim stops to think, then checks his notes. Are you sure we finished preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down. Okay, alright, hold on. Let's just squint and take a step back. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air. His face and hands are pink. Thighs, too. I see it. He adjusts his glasses. His neck, too. The lividity goes right up to his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here. The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot. So, what do you think? Well, something's coming out of him. A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop. The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death. The fuck he saying? Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death. Or we could just start screaming slurs back at the children. I sort of want to. Right? Like, they've both been very unimpressed with everything we've had to say so far, but this is a wildly different thing than anything we've done up to this point. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to turn around and scream at him. Malicious laughter erupts in the yard. Sounds like seagulls. Okay, that didn't quite have the effect I wanted. The lieutenant's face is made of stone. Alright. I think he was upright after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored. Agreed. He points to the belt, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging. Yeah, I mean, this all makes sense. I don't know if there's a lot to probe here. Seems like a lynching to me. Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption, but we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death. Well, he's beaten up. I mean, there's all these bruises. Most of them are post-mortem, maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport. Oh yeah, right. Stop talking in riddles, coin slot. He means you fucked him up good, Kuno, the girl yells. Fucked him up brutal-like. Yeah. Back off and catch your breath, but there is no breath to catch, only the cadaver, filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing. We asked him everything that there is to ask him. And by ask him, of course, I think we asked ourselves everything there is to ask ourselves using him as a medium. Alright, preliminary examination's done. Let's get him down from there. Wow, that's a lot of experience. The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought. Cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. Maybe we could shoot him down? That seems like a terrible idea. Yeah! The enthusiasm is unrestrained. Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off! The lieutenant remains unaffected. How? Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim. Yeah, let's just point to it. You know, there, where the buckle holds the belt together. Where? He corrects his glasses. Oh, yeah, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt. Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit. They'll miss. The pigs will miss, Kuno. You want to let me try doing that? The man's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said. I'm gonna just let him think about it for a second here. Silence. With his elbows sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A990 Armistice mass-produced muzzleloader. Ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the Falostes position, taking aim. Corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger. And then I shine my flashlight directly into his eyes. Easy does it, partner. He's gonna fucking miss. Kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself, God damn it. A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The Falostes was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight. Yeah, that's why I wanted to that's why I wanted him to let me do it, because he said earlier that his eyes are bad. He feels bad about it. About his eyes, mostly, just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him. You fucking idiot! Kuno could have hit it easy. But then, Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Okay, so do not console him. Our empathy tells us. Yelling at him is probably not better. We could ask him if he wants to try again. He's got to let me do it. I can do it. I have all the hand-eye coordination in the world. Try again, maybe? No, we're lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. He looks around at the windows overlooking the yard. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that. Alright, well, what now? I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself. Yeah, I think... Can I have the gun? I should try. Please let me try it. I can do it. It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks. He pauses, then shrugs, and proceeds to load the pistolet. Okay, I can totally do this, right? Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it. The piece shines in his outstretched hand. They only have one gun! This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen. Yeah, how many guns you got, Kuno? Alright. Yeah, take it, you fucking... okay, that. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth. I am not going to shoot myself in the mouth. Let's feel the weight first. Let's get used to this thing. The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your finger fits right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, a P9 armistice, before. At some point, it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down. Well, I imagine they're probably standard issue, right? The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth. Alright, point the gun at the belt. We aim. Inhale. We exhale. The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground, and your left hand supporting your gun arm. Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth, she hisses. At least you won't miss. Oh man, part of me wants to point... We definitely will get yelled at by Kim if I point this gun at a child. Don't close your eyes. Shoot better with your eyes open. Do we engage at all? This shot is harder than I thought it was going to be. I'm gonna tell her to shut up. I'm curious what'll happen. Or what? You gonna fuck me? Her voice is almost a whisper now. You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about? That's a weird... Okay. Alright, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. I'm just gonna roll the dice and we're gonna hit it. Damn it. That's the wrong color. Oh, that's a big... I missed a lot there. That was a bad miss. A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower the weapon to see what happens. Man, my hand-eye coordination's supposed to be good. You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water. Man... Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry! I knew it! Ask for another shot. You'll get it with the next one. The goddamn light reflected off some window, surely. Can you reload it, please? I need another shot. I can do this. I can do this. The cadaver is already compromised bad enough. We don't have to make it worse. I'm gonna, just do this real quick. It came out wrong. You made it sound like you're some sort of roulette addict looking for a fix. Ask again. More controlled this time. My hand-eye coordination really wants me to get this shot. Please, Kim. There is silence. Wants to fuck up again. Bad. I don't want to blame it on the gun. I don't think it's a good idea to start crying, especially in front of these asshole kids. What is that? What kind of words are those? It's the song of my people, asshole. Don't provoke her. The lieutenant takes his sidearm from you, then holsters it. Damn it. Shot him in the chest. The creature is still in disbelief. What a fucking idiot. It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands. Pigs don't have hands. They have, like, fucking hoofs or something. Kuno has hands. He displays his little fingers. They're pink. Kuno could shoot that shit down from you. Lieutenant, we should entrust Kuno with your service weapon. Absolutely not. That's preposterous. We're not giving you the gun, kid. That's preposterous, she whines mockingly. What are you, a fucking earl? We still need to get him down somehow. His tone is growing tired now. The stench makes him turn away from the corpse. Sure, but how? The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. He sighs. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down, too. But won't it be dangerous? To ask the suspects for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Everard Clare? Very much, yes. Which is why I would have preferred us to handle this ourselves. Clearly, we can't. Man, that's a real shame. I really wish I'd hit that shot. So, who's Everard Clare? The leader of the Union. A dangerous and corrupt man, from what I hear. You don't want to owe him much. Yeah, don't go being someone else's bitches. You're Kuno's bitches. So how do we get inside the harbor? From the gates, by negotiating or fighting. He looks up to the east. Or we can try the secret route we found, where your cloak is. It looks doable. To the gates, let's negotiate. I don't know about all that. Alright, well, the good news is... Oh yeah, we have some things to interact with. The good news is we have a skill point. So we could put a point into savoir-faire. It seems important. We've seen it on a number of checks already. I think it makes sense with sort of like who our character is supposed to be, and this will let us retry the check on the roof, right? It was a savoir-faire check, yeah, for our cloak. I think that's what I want to do. Actually, the checks that are marked in white like this are things that we're just allowed to try again, right? I guess because we had our physical instrument reinforced that we should go after this, maybe we just hold on to the skill point for now. But we probably shouldn't do anything right this second, because this episode's already gotten quite long. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I told you we would make some forward progress. It wasn't exactly the way I thought it was going to be, but we got something done. Come back next time tomorrow, when we get even more done, and probably don't even fall off the roof and die. And we'll see you then.